Hi friends, welcome to a new video of I Square. Today we are going to discuss about finding zeros of a cubic polynomial when one zero is given. So we know that a cubic polynomial can have at most 3 zeros, and whenever one of the zero is given, we are going to find other 2 zeros of the cubic polynomial. So in order to move on to the topic, we have taken an example. See, this is a cubic polynomial, x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3, and we are given that 1 is a zero of this polynomial. So we are given that 1 is a zero of this polynomial. See, when we substitute 1 to this polynomial, 1 cube minus 3 into 1 square minus 1 plus 3, which is equal to 1 minus 3 minus 1 plus 3. 1 and minus 1 will cancel, minus 3 and plus 3 will cancel. So the answer will be 0. So it is clear that 1 is a zero of this given polynomial. Now we are going to find other 2 zeros of this cubic polynomial, and let us check how we can find it. Since 1 is a zero of this cubic polynomial, x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3, it is clear that x minus 1 will be a factor of this polynomial. X minus 1 will be a factor, since whenever 1 is a zero of a polynomial, clearly x minus 1 must be a factor of the polynomial. Clear? Now, in order to find other 2 zeros of this cubic polynomial, it is enough for us to find the other factors. See, if 2 is a factor of 10, we know that 2 is a factor of 10, then we can divide 10 by 2 to get 5, which is also a factor of 10. Hence we can say that 2 and 5 are the factors of 10. Since whenever we are provided with a factor of a polynomial, we can find other factors just by dividing the original polynomial with the given factor. Clear? So here 1 is a zero of this polynomial, so we can conclude that x minus 1 will be a factor of this polynomial. So clearly we can divide this polynomial by what? X minus 1 to get the next factors. So we can divide x minus 3x square minus x plus 3 divided by x minus 1. Now you may have surprised how we can divide a polynomial by a polynomial. Let me teach you how. See, here the highest degree of the dividend is 3. We are going to divide the highest degree of the dividend by the highest degree of the divisor. Here the highest degree of the divisor is 1. So hence x cube by x raised to 1 is nothing but x square. Clear? So we can write x square here. Remember that how we got this x square? By dividing the highest degree of the dividend by the highest degree of the divisor. So we get x square. Now multiply this quotient and this divisor to get a term here. X square into x equal to nothing but x cube minus x square into 1 equal to x square. See, we get a new term. Now we can subtract just in like of the usual division. So x cube minus x cube is nothing but 0. Minus 3x square minus x square is nothing but minus 3x square. See, minus 3x square minus x square equal to minus 3x square plus x square equal to minus 2x square. So we get minus 2x square here. Clear? Now here then we can take the rest of the term just to downwards like ordinary division, minus x plus 3. Here look, here the highest degree of the new dividend is 2 and the highest degree of the divisor is 1. So we can divide this by this to get a term here. So when we divide minus 2x square by x, it will get minus 2x. So we can write minus 2x here. Sorry, x minus 1 minus 2x here. Now we can multiply this minus 2x with this term to get a number here, polynomial here. Minus 2x into x, it is equal to minus 2x square. Minus 2x into minus 1 equal to plus 2x. So again, just like the usual division process, we can subtract this polynomial from this polynomial from this polynomial, so we can get a polynomial here. Minus 2x square minus 2x square is nothing but minus 2x square plus 2x square, and it will become 0x square or just 0. Now minus x minus 2x is nothing but minus 3x plus 3. Okay, now we can divide, it is the new dividend, we can divide the highest degree of the dividend by the highest degree of the divisor to get the new term here, minus 3x by x, which will become minus 3. Clear? So we can write minus 3 here. Minus 3 into x, minus 3x. Minus 3 into minus 1 equal to plus 3. When we subtract, minus 3x minus minus 3x equal to 0, plus 3 minus 3 equal to 0, which is equal to 0. So the remainder is 0. So when we divided this polynomial with the factor x minus 1, we got the next factor as x square minus 2x minus 3. So we can write x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3 equal to x minus 1 into the product of factors. We can write this polynomial as the product of factors, and the two factors are x minus 1 and x square minus 2x minus 3. X square minus 2x minus 3. Now just look, we know that 1 is a 0 of this polynomial. That is, when we substitute 1 here, 1 minus 1 equal to 0, and the value becomes 0. Now we have to find the other two zeros. So the other two zeros are the zeros of this second degree polynomial. So in order to find the zeros of the second degree polynomial, it is enough to find the zeros of this polynomial. That is, to find the zeros of this polynomial, we learned that we can split the middle term of the quadratic polynomial. In order to split the middle term, we have to split this. That is, we have to find two numbers a and b such that ab is equal to minus 3 into x square equal to minus 3x square. If you don't know this process well, just watch the previous videos. We have explained it very well in the previous problems. Okay, now ab equal to minus 3x square and a plus b is equal to minus 2x. So we can choose a as minus 3x and b as x. So minus 3x plus x equal to minus 2x, as well as minus 3x into x equal to minus 3x square. So we get, this term can be split as x square plus x minus 3x minus 3. See, x minus 3x is nothing but minus 2x. Now we can take common factors. We can take x common here, x into x plus 1. We can take minus 3 common here, minus 3 into x plus 1. Now we can take x plus 1 out of these both terms. So we get x plus 1 into x minus 3. So the zeros are the zeros of this polynomial. When x plus 1 equal to 0, so we can get either x plus 1 equal to 0 or x minus 3 equal to 0. So when x plus 1 equal to 0, x equal to nothing but minus 1. When x minus 3 equal to 0, x is nothing but 3. So we got the other two zeros are minus 1 and 3. So the three zeros of this cubic polynomial is nothing but 1, minus 1, 3. So if you don't know the process of splitting the middle term method or finding this other two zeros from a quadratic polynomial, just watch the previous video. We explained it well in the previous problems. So whenever a 0 is given, then x minus that 0 will be a factor. Then we can divide the original polynomial by that factor to get the next second degree factor. After obtaining the second degree factor, just split the middle term of the second degree factor and find the other two zeros. It is the process of finding the other two zeros of any second degree cubic polynomial when one of its zeros is given. So we can define the process or define the steps of dividing a cubic polynomial by a linear polynomial or any factor of its. So here we divided, in the previous problem we divided x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3 by its factor x minus 1 to obtain a quadratic polynomial as its other factor. Now we shall define the steps as follows. First step, arrange the terms of dividend and divisor in the decreasing order of degrees. That is, we have to make each polynomial in the division into its standard form. Here x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3. Here 3, first term has degree 3, then it has degree 2, then it has degree 1, and here the degree is 0 for the constant term. So here we arranged the original polynomial as well as here the degree is 1 and for the constant term the degree is 0. So here we arranged the degrees of the dividend and divisor in the decreasing order so that it can be in the standard form. Clear? First is always check that if the polynomial is given like this, x minus x cube plus 2x plus 1, 2x square plus 1, then you have to make this in the decreasing order of the degrees like this, minus x cube. First you have to write this term plus 2x square, then plus x plus 1. See here we are arranged the degrees in the decreasing order, 3, 2, 2, 1, 0. So in that manner we have to always arrange the degrees in the decreasing order. Now moving on to the second step. The second step states that to obtain the first term of the quotient, we divide the highest degree term of the dividend by the highest degree term of the divisor. So in order to obtain the first term in the quotient, that is here we obtained x square as the first term in the quotient. So we have to divide the highest degree term in the dividend, that is x cube. Here the highest degree term is x cube by the highest degree term in the divisor. Here the highest degree term is x. So x cube divided by x equal to x square. That is the first term in the quotient. So in order to find the quotient, first term in the quotient, divide that like that. Now the third step. To obtain the second term of the quotient, we divide the highest degree term of the new dividend by the highest degree term of the divisor. Here after multiplying x square with this we get this term, and after subtracting we get a new dividend as like this. This is our new dividend. Then in order to obtain the second term in the quotient, that is 2x minus 2x, we obtained minus 2x. How we obtained that? In order to obtain the second term of the quotient, we have to divide minus 2x square, which is the highest degree term of the dividend, by the highest degree term of the divisor, which is x. So minus 2x square by x equal to minus 2x, which is the second higher power of second term in the quotient. See, minus 2x. How we obtained? We divided the highest degree term of the new dividend by the highest degree term of the divisor. Now the third step. We have to obtain this. Okay, the third step is over. Now fourth step, continue the division process. Similarly, we have to continue the division process until either the remainder is 0. Here the remainder is got as 0. So we stopped our division process by this. Or its degree is less than the degree of the divisor. If we got remainder as 2, here also the degree of the remainder is 0. But the degree of the divisor is 1. So we should stop the division process when the degree of the remainder, that is the degree of the remainder, must be less than the degree of the divisor. Here the degree of the divisor is 1, whereas the degree of the remainder is 0. For any constant, always remember that 2, 3, 4, any constant, it has degree 0. Since the degree is the power of x and x is absent in the constant terms, so always the degree of the constant term is 0. So let me conclude the process once again. Always arrange the polynomials in the decreasing order of degrees. Then find the first term in the quotient just by dividing the higher power with the higher power of the divisor to get the highest first term in the quotient. Also then after subtraction we get the new dividend. Also continue the same process with the new dividend. Also here also continue the same process with the new dividend, so to get the quotient, until this process must be continued until the remainder must be equal to 0. So this is the process of doing division in polynomial. So we can divide any two polynomial just by following these steps. Always remember these steps. If required, take a screenshot of these steps and always try to remember these steps very well. So thanks for watching, and we are signing off. Wait for the next video. In the next video we will solve all the problems regarding this exercise. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned.